You know the feeling when you are stuck in a queue at the cashier or airport. There is just a single long queue. You enter the queue and wonder how long it's going to take before it's your turn to be served. These are some main everyday examples of queues causing us to get nervous and anxious. And these queues are in principle easy to dismantle if you have enough personnel to open another checkout or service desk. When that happens, you feel a sigh of relief. Finally, the queue moves. But how about queues that are not easy to see and feel? How about queues in knowledge work or product development? Are there situations and processes that cause us wait for someone's input or effort in order to proceed with our development? The first question to ask: is your company monitoring the queues at all? We know from manufacturing or logistics of physical items that if the goods are not moving, there's a problem. Excess inventory is considered as a cost which impacts our financial performance. In knowledge work, this problem is harder to recognize. We often work with immaterial or invisible items such as files or pieces of software. What you can recognize is a situation when you are not able to deliver software or products as you have planned. Costs start to accumulate when customers get nervous not receiving your product as planned. So the problem is not exactly the excess inventory, but quite the opposite. You have nothing to deliver. The excess inventory in product development is invisible, both physically and financially. Queues create longer cycle time. They increase risk, add more variability in product development process, add more overhead, and cause more product issues and less motivations. Queues are an obvious problem, but still today, product development teams and organizations are not aware how serious they really are. So how should we tackle these problems in a systematic way, or at least mitigate their effect? Imagine you are working on a software product. You have several teams on it, but you have not received any feedback from customers. Even worse, you have delayed or even neglected product discovery work, which would help you to build the right product in the first place. This means you just assume you will build the right product for the right customers and in the right way. The cost of delay of whether doing the right thing or not can be substantial, even detrimental. I talked about fast feedback in my previous video, and I cannot emphasize enough how important it is. You should definitely watch the video. The link is in the description or up here. Fast feedback cycles help in reducing our queues. If you have implemented fast feedback in multiple levels in product development, you will avoid a lot of issues. Connected to fast feedback is the concept of small batches. Let's discuss that next. Smaller and lighter objects move faster and easier. We often think we can add value only when we ship the whole feature from A to Z. When planning your product delivery in iterations and delivering small entities will accelerate feedback from customers, and testing becomes so much easier. So, small batch sizes and fast feedback are very much interconnected. In product development, you want both. Small batches are absolutely key to reduce queues efficiently. You can add value gradually and seek feedback more often. How to accelerate the delivery of small batches? Let's discuss work in progress or WIP limits. We have all heard that multitasking is the biggest distraction in modern life. Our environment is full of triggers, cues, and prompts that demand our attention. In complex product environment, you may feel there are 1,000 tasks on your team's desk. New tasks arrive daily from customers, managers, and other sources. Product teams should aim to work on small batches. In addition, they should limit the number of batches or work items being worked on in parallel. By restricting the work in progress, finish work before taking new batches from the queue. In order to get stuff done, we need to prioritize, sometimes heavily. Focus on the work that matters the most. There are methods that can help you in creating a prioritized list of work items. One method I prefer is called weighted shortest job first, or WSJF. Your team should not work at full capacity all the time. Otherwise, you'll reach the high queue state, which in turn leads to reduced flow. Studies show that teams' utilization should remain under 80% to avoid that situation. If it's higher, queue sizes build up and thus the flow will clearly decrease. How should we work with multiple teams, avoid queues, and keep up the good flow of work? Maybe there are some dependencies between teams. Let's discuss how to synchronize the work. Following a certain cadence in product development guides teams to synchronize tasks and sort out dependencies between teams. In agile development teams who use Scrum usually have fixed cadence, like sprint cycles for every team. This enables easier planning and helps in aligning and synchronizing team activities across multiple teams. For instance, you can plan ahead certain activities where you need multiple teams to deliver value, adding features to customers, for instance. This way you remove bottlenecks, maintain flow of work, and level up your organization's performance. Teams being empowered in decision making is a huge thing when enabling flow. Of course, there are boundaries depending on the experience and role of the team. Some problems are best handled in a centralized manner. For example, there needs to be some controlled processes how things having a high impact to customers should be handled. Otherwise, the actions would not be coherent and the organization would be largely misaligned. But as a target condition, letting teams to solve problems quickly makes teams feel empowered and willing to take ownership. Giving a team a desired outcome and trust to get them the job done adds motivation and autonomy. This should help in maintaining a good flow in product development. But just keep in mind there must be boundaries and certain procedures every team needs to follow. Alright, here are some principles how you can fight against queues in product development. The first action is to make queues visible and recognize they exist. Almost all organizations suffer from queues in some form. Usually queues become apparent when teams and people start to be 110% occupied. The level of sustainable utilization is too high and delays become apparent. The proposals to reduce queues in product development can sound counterintuitive. You may feel you just need to push harder to get more stuff done. Usually it's just the opposite. Seldom the individual is the problem. The system is running at full capacity, and the way to fix it is to take systematic and holistic approach. See where you build queues in your process and make a step-by-step controlled experiments to mitigate root causes of the problems. See what works and then plan your next step. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.